Hi, I'm Joanne Kaar and I'm one of the artists in residence for Lyth Arts Centre. My project is about reminiscence and it's been inspired by textiles and using actual textiles as the objects to be simple conversation starters. I started to work with befriending Caithness and we worked in a collaboration, very much a collaboration, to design and make textiles with words stitched onto them. So we thought of themes and we started with school days because that was universal. My initial proposal for the project was planned when we were kind of starting to maybe ease out of lockdown. So I'd planned that we might use objects in local museums and heritage centres as reminiscence objects and work from those and then make something inspired by them. But as it turned out, lockdown happened and I didn't actually meet people for real until towards the very end of the project. So it meant everything had to be online and everybody's in their own living rooms, which made it a bit of a challenge. So the project changed in that we're actually going to make our own objects as reminiscence objects rather than using something that was already there. So the theme of school days, we chose then to work on school children's uniforms. So we got some second-hand ones that children had grown out of them. So we're upcycling. And they started to stitch words and things. We provided kits. So it's a simple sewing kit, it's bought locally. So it's trying to spend as much locally as possible. Provided kits and we did doorstep drop-offs. And then just kind of seeing how it evolved. Initially, when lockdown happened, and we couldn't get out and about, it was frustrating because you just had a plan, you just wanted to meet people and do a project and then develop it that way. But because of lockdown, I had to think in a different way. But I don't think it became any worse for that. I think it actually made it stronger because we became more focused because there wasn't the side chat and on another table that you can kind of overhear a conversation and see how it develops that way. You had to be just for that hour on a Monday on the screen to kind of make sure that you managed, everybody got their say and how it was developed. But I think it became definitely stronger because they ended up making, they owned the project. Befriending Caithness definitely took ownership of the project, it was there, so they were quite happy to make it. I was quite happy for them to make decisions about how it grew and I just kind of helped them do that. We're in Wick and we're just kind of starting to meet up with Angie House and Elspeth Banson from the coordinators from Befriending Caithness. They have hired Caithness Rural Transport for 3 days and we're going to be going out and about into the community, schedule visits to gardens. We're calling them conversations over the clothesline. So we're visiting people who are more vulnerable in the community, those who can't get out and about. We're taking the textiles, reminiscence objects to them and having a cup of tea in their garden. And we've got pop-up display of the clothes maidens with the textiles with all the words and things stitched on them or pegged on for them to have a look at.
And we're looking forward to the future with the project. I think the funding has come to an end as far as Joanne is concerned, but she's given us enough skills and tuition to carry it forward. So new volunteers that actually come on will pick it up and will get their themes that they want to do, and more reminiscing bags will be able to be made for when they go to visit their befriendee. But it is something I think that will go on as part of Befriending Caithness. It'll be used as a good tool for conversation, and because it has been so successful, really.
Everybody's delighted with what they've done. They were just absolutely amazed about each other's work. I mean, and this last few days we've been out and about in the community with Caithness Rural Transport again. There's lots of little things, strands from this that have developed in ways that I couldn't have imagined. So, but everybody's amazed at how not just fun it has been, but how practical it is as well. And it's also something that they are really keen to continue. It's kind of self-sustaining. We're calling it self-sustaining. It means that if I'm out of the loop, they carry on. I'm still there in the background, they can keep in touch, and we've got plans for next year to hopefully have a wee exhibition in the community and a bigger gathering when restrictions allow. After the CAIR project, after this residency is finished, the befriendees and befrienders will start to use the garments that they've made, the fun textile conversation starters. They're just going to get used and out and about in the community as we wanted them to, as reminiscence objects, so they can take them to individual homes. We bought clothes maidens, 4 of them, so they're planning to have those on display in, could be in a care home, put them up on display for a week. So there's all sorts. They want to use it as a way of saying this is what befriending Caithness do, where it's like a conversation over a cup of coffee. And then next year, hopefully 1 year on, we're calling it 1 year on, what's happened, how's the garments been used, what's happened since then, how's it evolved, what ideas have happened, but then 1 year on to show the public how something such as simple as a needle and thread and a bit of imagination can be useful to a community.